Is there any level of porn that is acceptable in your mind? Do you think, like, if people look at it once a month, no, zero?
No. Is there any level of heroin that's acceptable in your mind?
Depends
I
on who
mean,
you ask.
people,
Professor
I
Carl
know.
Hart says he does
I
it
know.
responsibly.
I know. But, the answer is, and studies show that even at one time a month, that it seeps into all of the, aspects of a person's life that become destructive at higher levels of consumption. So I say no, because
Mm,
like I love to bring people back to their why. Why?
mm,
Like,
mhm,
why? Like, that's just a justification, right? That is a defense mechanism going back. Like, if you have a porn quote unquote habit and you get it all the way down to one time a month, you don't need to do it one time a month. And what I want people to know, this is how the brain works. Your brain is being conditioned. You're conditioning it. You're teaching it, right? Like literally. And then the neural pathways are adapting to the environment and to the conditions that you're setting. So, like, why would you leave it at one time a month or one time a week? Because you're conditioning your brain to get high levels of dopamine, but forget not forget the dopamine. Let's talk about what the dopamine gets linked to. Dopamine's getting linked to whatever thing you're consuming. So, like, most people want to have a partner and want to experience an awesome sex life in their life.
mhm,
So now, with whatever frequency, you're going back to taking in other people in a sexual performance. Like, all roads don't lead to the same destination. Those two
mhm.
roads are leading you to two very different destinations. I want people to take the road that leads them to the destination of the life that they want to create. There's really no life that most people want that porn is leading them in the direction.
Mm. What are some negative side effects specifically with like sexual function and things that comes with like porn addiction? Because I've heard like the brain gets wired and neuroplasticity from all the habits that you do. So some people, if they watch it frequently enough and that's what they use to get aroused, they then can only become aroused from porn and
Yeah.
not from their partner.
Yeah, that goes back to what I already told you. So we know that it creates dopamine desensitization in the reward center and the reward circuitry, which
Mm,
then that's the neo homeostasis, right? And then, so like going back to our conversation about developmentally, right? Age of 8, the seeds of addiction are planted. If those
mm-hmm,
seeds are watered, you're watering your brain in the direction of consuming sexual performances for high levels of stimulation. Very high. We'll just call them a 20, right?
mm-hmm,
But being with a partner on a good day is like a 9. And then and I joke with my clients because most of my clients, their partners find out about their porn use. They Then they lie to them and manipulate them on accident. Those are the defense mechanisms. So that's why I'm like, on a good day, it's a 9. If your partner knows about your situation, you're dealing with like a 4, right? So
mm,
now porn's a 20 and your partner's a 7. You have a 13-point gap in arousal.
mm-hmm,
That's legit. And then for many men who desensitize the D2 dopamine receptors in the brain so much, ED pills don't even work.
mm.
And many of the people I work with, they try ED pills and they work on and off for a little while, then they don't work. And that's what really freaks them out. And the answer there is that there needs to be enough stimulation or enough ability to be stimulated in the brain for the ED pills to work. So if it's so desensitized, which I can see on a map,
Mm-hmm.
then the pills don't work at all.
Is it um nature versus nurture? Is there any people that are more inclined to have problems with these addictions than others just based off of genetics?
Yes. So it's nature, nurture, and navigation. And I write
Mm,
about it in my book, Mind Over Excess
mm-hmm,
Matter. So nature, I don't like to say genetic. I like to
mm-hmm,
say familial. But like if we're talking about genetics, there's a whole body of literature on epigenetics. And if you know this from a fitness standpoint, you should love this because it's totally cool. And neuromodulation technologies, what I do falls into the category of basically modalities that help to empower epigenetics. Epigenetics means above genetics.
Mhm.
So, like, we know that we have a genetic code, and the way that I talk about it is familial. Brains don't fall far from the tree, right? Nervous
Mhm.
systems very much are alike in a family. I grew up in a family. I have 5 brothers and sisters. There's 6 of us, and my parents are still alive. I've seen everybody's brains. Everybody's was the same until one person, that now the black sheep, started to rewire my brain. So, like, my parents and my family, they're wired basically to be stressed out, and we'll leave it at that. But using epigenetics and using modalities, I was able to rise above. Then using my mind and body, I was able to sync that up. That's what epigenetics is. So that's the
Mm.
nature part. Nurture is the environment that you grow up in, which that is definitely a factor. So I told you that my approach is a neurobiopsychosocial approach. I didn't tell you that part yet because environment is very important. And I alluded to it with change your physical and mental environment. But the last part is the best, navigation. And this is proven scientifically. Like in any situation, there's choice on how you navigate. And I want to try to empower people to be able to make the choices. But when it comes to porn addiction or screen compulsions, like the dysfunction in the brain robs the person of the choice. So that's why I want people to know, like, yeah, you might have a predisposition, but you can rise above that. I've done it.
Mhm.
Like, it's doable. Many thousands, millions of people have done it. Your environment matters. So maybe you've got to change your environment, and you need to learn how to navigate in a different way.
Mm.
Then you get the outcome that you want.